Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. We are a blended show this morning right here. Also, welcome into WPSL. Thank you so much for being here.
You seem happy this morning.
Well, I'm always happy. I'm always in a fantastic mood.
Hey, wake up, stupid!
I hate to tell you, but I woke up about 2.5 hours ago.
Well, good morning.
Well, good morning to you, too, and good morning to you, Miss Bonnie. How are you?
Good morning, Evan. I am excellent. Fantastic on a Tuesday.
I'm glad you are. I figured, the band is back, so I figured let's get the Get Up and Go Show band playing some music for us this morning. See, unlike G and Ray, we have our own band. We have our house band. And they've been off for a couple of weeks, actually about a month or so. And now they're back and better than ever. They've learned a bunch of new music, and they're going to be back at it now with us, Bonnie.
And our good timing friend, Fredo, leading the band.
That's right. Fredo, the band leader. He is not here as of yet. I don't know if he's going to be stopping by or not. He usually checks in and calls in, but that's okay. That's all right. But anyway, we'll take it. The band sounded good this morning. The Shy Guys, that's what they're called, Bonnie.
Yeah, and they are sounding better than ever, better than I can even remember them sounding.
Yeah, we're probably one of the only morning shows that has a separate room with a separate band that is quarantined away from us.
We've had a butler, too, in the past.
That's right, and it's not the past. He's still alive.
He is still around, but he hasn't been here to serve us lately. And
no, I'm pretty upset about that.
When he does, it's really good for sure.
Yes, Bentley the Butler is what he's called.
Bentley
the Butler. Anyway, we want to welcome in our listeners at WPSL. We are a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation all this week and all next week. Of course, Thursday is the big New Year's Eve show. We'll be doing our own little countdown here on the program on Thursday. And then, of course, Friday, we've got the day off. So we will not be here on New Year's Day. We'll be, for some, recuperating. For others, we'll be sleeping in and enjoying 2021, January 1st, 2021, Bonnie.
I can't believe it's already going to be here, Evan. And I know many Americans, too, probably wondering, wow, how much later in the new year do we have to go before we receive a stimulus check?
I know. Well, it's going to be coming the next week or so. We're going to be stimulated in more ways than one. So that's a good thing.
Kind of wondering if that $2,000 check is going to come out or the $600 one.
Well, right now the president signed the $600 one. So right now it's $600 per person in your household, $600 for your child. Now the bill is in front of Congress right now. They're waiting to see if Congress will sign off on the $2,000 one. Now that'd be nice. $2,000 per person in the house. That's that's a whole lot of scadolis, as they say.
That could buy you a whole lot of groceries. Yes.
Oh, and then some.
What would you do with yours?
I'd put it in the bank and just let it sit there, let it collect interest. I'd put it in my savings account and just let it sit there. I have no need to spend it. I don't need it. So I'm just going to let it sit there. And you, what would you do with yours?
I'm betwixt on it.
Betwixt.
If you can call betwixt a word.
Never heard of that. Betwixt.
I don't know. I love my Twix.
Can we Google that and see if there's a betwixt definition? What does betwixt mean? I
use that sometimes because, I love the Twix cookie candy bars. And sometimes I say betwixt more than usual. And, I'm kind of considering I might put the whole $2,000 for a car payment.
Car payment?
Yeah.
In other words, towards the balance.
There's nothing wrong with getting your debt down a little bit, right?
Or what you could do, here's a suggestion, Bonnie. You could do a refi on your car loan at a different loan institution, find a lower interest rate somewhere, and put that money towards that down payment, towards the refi, and then you'll be refinancing less at a lower interest rate. And you'll really be lowering your car payment as well and possibly get a shorter term and pay that car off sooner.
That is true. Maybe put $1,000 in the bank for, to collect interest and save, or a thousand to that.
Right, exactly. So that's a couple of different things. I'm feeling a little under the weather this morning, as you could tell. I'm not my dapper chipper self. I went out last night, didn't party, didn't indulge in any alcoholic beverages because I'm a non-drinker. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes, don't do drugs. I'm straight
Rachel
edge.
have one once in a while?
She did. Rachel actually indulged in 2 adult beverages last night. She had 2 frozen pina coladas.
Oh, see, now that is the drink of my choice when I go out to dinner.
Went to a great place last night called Guanabanas down in Jupiter, Florida. We had a small little get together, less than 20 people. We surprised my daughter. It was her birthday. And actually, today is her birthday, so we're going to be calling her in the 8 o'clock hour, along with her twin brother, Dylan. We're going to be ring-a-ling-a-ling him up also as well. So we're going to wake the little happy behinds up out of bed in the 8 o'clock hour. I asked my daughter yesterday, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I call you on the radio and wake you up? And she goes, well, you're not going to Zoom me, are you? I'm like, Haley, this is radio. Nobody sees you. She goes, oh, yeah, that's right, Dad. So
I've seen her in pictures. She's a fine, attractive young lady.
She is, but she pretty much said yesterday, Dad, just please don't Zoom me early in the morning because you don't want to see this face. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning. It just doesn't look good.
We get up so early, Evan, that there are times I wish I had more time to deal with my hair in the morning.
Well, see, I don't have that problem. I don't have to do my hair because I simply don't have any hair. So I just, I don't even take a comb or a brush to this mop top or nothing. I just kind of, I tune in the outer spaces, with my Chrome Dome and I can pull in things from different planets and listen to them because this is a big satellite dish up here.
When you said that, I just thought of myself as a mop.
Did you really?
People could use me as a mop.
They flip you upside down and do the floor with you.
Yeah, and then my hair is like long and, it's naturally curly and it kind of curls up in the morning.
Okay.
It would be that perfectly curly mop that you dip in water and you swish around your floor.
Now, do you use a hair straightener on your hair at all? Have you ever tried using one of those?
Yeah, I do every once in a while.
Okay.
Like if I'm going out or like a special occasion.
Okay.
Obviously, like when I get up now I'm getting up at like 25 minutes to 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
When I come here and prepare some news.
You have more responsibilities now on the morning show.
Yeah, for the next couple of weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So getting up a little earlier, but I'm too busy doing show prep and getting last minute news and sports items that I don't have time to be looking at myself in the mirror and making myself look so incredible like I did when I was a teenager.
Well, no matter which way you walk in the front door here, you always look beautiful. You're always well prepped and primped and all that good stuff. That's why I call you my Almighty Goddess of Radio, because you are my goddess of radio.
But do you see the ladies on TV and the news anchors locally?
That does nothing for me at all.
Out of Palm Beach.
Does nothing for me at all.
Oh, they
nothing.
They do things for me because
really,
I don't know how they do it because, considering they're probably getting up in the middle of the night, maybe 1:30 or 2 a.m.
Right.
And then they all come on, the airwaves looking fresh and
maybe we should have a conversation with Katia Hall and ask her, how she does it. What's her secret?
She dresses fine too.
She's a fine dresser. She's a fine looking. She's probably one of the best looking weather ladies I've ever seen. This side of the Mississippi,
this side of the Okeechobee. She is really, really attractive.
Yeah, definitely.
That is true.
Definitely.
So is Megan McRoberts.
Oh, Megan, that's another whole story right there. That's like we could do a whole show on Megan McRoberts.
I mean, when she walks in, like the room lights up. Like
she has this aura about her.
She really does.
She really does. Very, very sweet lady. Very, interesting TV journalist is what we refer to them as.
She's sweet and upbeat.
So I saw her last night. We got together, had a little get together at the restaurant down in Jupiter, Florida. And I saw a lot of old people I haven't seen in quite some time. Some people from the sheriff's office were there that played a big part in my daughter's life and other things. And we just, it was just a really nice time. They put us in the back right-hand corner of the restaurant.
Wow.
And the restaurant, too, by the way, is all outdoor seating. It's all outdoors. Mm-hmm. You're not indoors. It's all open air.
Was there a chill in the air last night?
No, the weather was actually beautiful. It was perfect. perfecto.
And no rain.
No rain.
It didn't rain upon your parade.
We sat on the Intracoastal Waterway. And it was just really super nice.
It has been so long since I've been to a fine restaurant out on the beach. Like, I used to love Shuckers, and I still do love Shuckers.
Shuckers is a great place.
But yeah,
been there before.
When I first moved to town, I lived on one of those high rises at first.
Did you really?
Yeah, I rented with Michael Lane, who had been on the air with G at Coast.
Right.
And I rented. I lived with her for a while when I first came down.
Oh, Michael was a girl.
Yep.
Michael Lane. Is that a radio name or is that her real name, Michael?
Michael is her radio name.
Oh, okay. What's her real first name?
Stacy.
Stacy. Okay, but she went by Michael Lane. Okay.
Yeah. So, but Shuckers was like maybe a half a mile or so down the beach, and we would, walk down there at night. And
so you stayed at a high rise on the beach?
Yeah.
I am so jelly of you.
I know. We had that great view, that great ocean view back at the time.
Okay.
And then shortly after that, my husband at the time came down and we bought a house.
Okay.
In Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
So therefore, I moved away from the beach.
Okay.
Still like to go, though.
That's kind of a cool thing that you were staying in that high rise because you can go to Shuckers, have a few beverages, and then just stumble your little behind home.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to worry about driving and drinking.
We like to go to that Strawberries ice cream place, too, out there on the beach.
Oh, man. That sounds really good right about now.
And I wonder if the listeners can help me out because for the life of me, I should remember this great little restaurant that served only beer and wine. And it wasn't beachside. It was across the street, A1A from the beach.
Okay.
So if you're heading toward Fort Pierce, A1A, it's on the left-hand side. What is the name? But they serve the most incredible pizza.
And all they served was beer and pizza. Well, now, if you're coming across Jensen Beach Boulevard and you go north on A1A, is it in that first plaza on the left-hand side? What you're talking about?
It's like a little way down. It's a little way down, and I'm trying to...
Is it past Pietro's? Because Pietro's is down by Shuckers.
It's not past Shuckers.
Okay, so it's before Shuckers.
So if you're going north on A1A, it's going to be well before Shuckers, but after the Strawberry ice cream place.
Okay.
And it's on the left. I have to look up restaurants on Hutchinson Island now because it was such a great place. We would go and eat once in a while.
Okay, so they serve food because I know you just said they only serve beer and wine, so they serve food also as well.
They were, just a beer and wine place with serving just actually some really great food.
Speaking of beer, what is your beer of choice, if you don't mind me asking?
Budweiser.
You're pretty simple.
I know.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward.
And
so I could buy you a case of Bud for Christmas next year. And you'll be happy with that.
Yeah, and I sometimes I like a Stella Artois.
Stella, that sounds a little cutting edge. The way you're saying Stella Artois.
Artois.
Is that a craft beer?
It is. It's it's a more crafty, but it's I think it's close tasting.
Okay.
The closest of the craft beers that comes that close to a Budweiser.
Last night, my business partner was at the event, and he asked to have a sample of what's called a wheat beer. Wheat beer. I've never heard of wheat beer before. So he took a sample of it, and I guess he liked it, so he ordered a glass of wheat beer.
Oh, you know what is good? It's cherry wheat. I think it only comes out in stores, during a certain time, perhaps in the winter.
Okay.
But it's called a cherry wheat by Samuel Adams.
Oh.
So if you ever feel like having a beer, something kind of sweet, treat yourself to the cherry wheat.
Okay, that's on your recommendation.
It is.
Okay, very good, very good.
Pricier.
Never got into drinking beer. I just never acquired a taste for it, nor did I ever acquire a taste for alcohol or anything like that. And what's even crazier is my dad was the president of 2 beer companies in New York growing up as a child.
I know. You think you would be the one with the
taste for beer.
Taste for beer.
Right. I don't know if you ever heard of Ballantine beer. Ballantine. A lot of our listeners probably have heard of Ballantine. And also Rheingold was another one.
The only reason I've heard of Ballantine is you bringing it up before. Mm-hmm. And I think that is definitely a New York, East Coast of kind of beer. Like I grew up with the likes of, have you heard of like Schlitz?
Oh yeah, Schlitz malt liquor.
And Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Sure.
And Blatz.
Sure.
Good old
I've heard of those.
Blatz is best.
I've definitely heard of those.
But I just I don't know, growing up in northern Wisconsin, I just never heard of Ballantine beer up until I met you and we started
that was actually
talking.
The beer of the Mets, that and Rheingold, both.
Was it of the Mets?
Yeah, it was the beer of the Mets, Ballantine and Rheingold.
Rheingold is
Rheingold, R-E-I-N, R-E-I-N-G-O-L-D, Rheingold. Okay. God, all this beer we're talking about, we're going to have to take a breathalyzer test before we go out to our cars.
Beer with eggs for breakfast, and why not? It's the breakfast of champions.
Why not? Breakfast of the Get Up and Go show. 6:22, it's news time. Let's go to the news desk right now where Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is returning to the skies filled with passengers. The American Airlines flight leaves Miami International for New York's LaGuardia Airport this morning.
We have reinstilled, reinvigorated, use any word you like, everything that has anything to do with safety.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun says they will never forget the deadly accidents that grounded the MAX fleet. In Central Florida, Orange County begins vaccinating residents 65 and older against the coronavirus. Shots are being given by appointment only. Senior citizens in neighboring Seminole County began getting their vaccinations yesterday. Florida's unemployed are looking for answers as their benefits lapse. President Trump's signing of a budget bill came after a December 26 deadline that would have kept benefits flowing uninterrupted. Those who logged into the state's Department of Economic Opportunity website yesterday were told their claims had expired. The DEO says it's waiting for the Federal Labor Department to issue guidance. A boil water advisory has been issued for approximately 90 residential St. Lucie County utility customers in the Sampson subdivision of Lakewood Park. The precautionary advisory got into effect Monday due to low chlorine residuals, according to a news release. The St. Lucie County Utilities advises that any water used for drinking or cooking be boiled for 1 minute, and bottled water may be used as an alternative. The boil water notice will be in effect until further notice. To find out more, contact St. Lucie County Utilities 772-462-1150. Legal cannabis continues to change the modern medicine landscape. The U.S. Department of Labor estimates the number of legal cannabis workers to grow by 250% by 2028, and currently Florida ranks 5th in the nation. One company is experiencing double-digit growth and has immediate openings. Licensed in 2017, AltMed Florida now has 29 MUV medical cannabis dispensary locations across Florida, and the company plans to have 40 stores by end of 2021. We're up to 700 employees in this company now, and I think by the end of 2021, we'll be at 1,000 to 1,200, said John Tipton, AltMed Florida and MUV CEO. The Sunshine State ranks 5th in the nation, and Tipton attributes that to a client base age 50 to 70 looking for relief. It's truly patients with ailments, epilepsy, Parkinson's, PTSD, Crohn's disease, really serious ailments, Tipton said. We've seen it help people improve the quality of their own life, added Jennifer Boos, MUV Retail Training and Safety Manager. Now, the location in Port St. Lucie needs a manager, an assistant manager, a med tender, and a delivery driver. And lastly, actress Lori Loughlin has been released from federal prison after serving a 2-month sentence for her role in the college admissions scam, prison spokeswoman Sally Swartz said Monday. Best known for her role as Aunt Becky in Full House, Loughlin pleaded guilty to a conspiracy charge in May and admitted to paying the scheme's mastermind $500,000 to get her 2 daughters into the University of Southern California under false pretenses. She began serving her sentence on October 30 at the Federal Correctional Institution in Dublin, California. And the the NFL, that is, make it. Some action from last night. The Patriots, they lost hard to the Buffalo Bills, 38-9. And next, the Buffalo Bills will face the Miami Dolphins. They're going to play on Sunday, game time 1 p.m. Our news time is 6:26. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:27 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're a blended show this morning on WSTU and, of course, WPSL. It's time for traffic and weather together, which is all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, it's looking like a nice drive on your Tuesday morning. Heading out, it looks like the major highways, we're not seeing any traffic accidents there. We have a good-looking U.S. Highway 1 this morning, northbound and southbound. Nothing tied up. And that's your latest look at traffic. It's 58 in Port St. Lucie and in Tampere, Finland this morning, 32. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds, and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy, afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night, temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Time to pack up all your lies orange makeup and red ties. Bye bye, Donnie. We're now gonna do to you what you did to us 4 years through. Bye bye, Donnie. No more tweeting from the Oval Office. Things you said we read just made us nauseous. Your time has come and have no doubt. Guards are here to drag you out. Donnie, bye-bye.
Well, there you go. Let's see. Donald Trump official bye-bye song. Bye-bye, Donnie.
Who were those singers, Evan?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. No idea. Is that your machine playing stuff over there?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
It just seems like, man,
your computer's talking over there.
Yeah, whenever you look something up, sometimes I go to like this news website and it's hard to get past those pop-ups and it starts talking to you, which, comes mighty annoying.
It's okay.
So in the new year, I wish I could invent something to perhaps so people wouldn't have to deal with that.
Well, you just hit the mute button, turn your sound completely off on your computer.
Okay.
This way you don't have to worry about it. Then you can have 8,000 pop-ups in the morning.
Oh, you're right. Allow me to turn it down then.
There you go. That'll work. It's pretty simple. Anyway, 6:32 this morning. We're a blended show on WPSL and WSTU this morning. We invite your phone calls and comments. We always love phone calls. 220-9788. That's 772-220-WSTU. And speaking of phone calls, we have a phone call this morning. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Hello, Evan and Bonnie. It's Joanne. How are you?
Hey, girlfriend.
Hello.
It's the queen of TikTok.
Good morning, Joanne.
The TikTok queen.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
Good. Long time no speak to and long time since I've seen you.
It's been so long.
Yeah. I only see you like on the Facebook pages here and there.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't even count how many years it's been since we ran into one another and, since we worked at the music station here in town.
I know. Oh, God, time flies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joanne is a very good friend of my family personally. I've known her for, let me see. Haley's 29, so that would be
13.
20. Wow, has it been 20 years?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't even believe it.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. So last night, Joanne was at our event last night that we had for Haley and Kim. It's one of Haley's coworkers at Guanabanas, and I saw Joanne last night, and Joanne has gone through this massive transformation.
I have heard.
I couldn't even recognize her last night.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
I tell you, I had gastric sleeve weight loss surgery. I'm down 80 pounds. That's just so far. And it's just completely life changing. It's been life changing. So I'm very grateful I had the chance to do that. And it's been wonderful.
And you notice how she says so far she's down 80 pounds. So that means she's going to keep going until she can get into, as Cisco would say, that thong, right?
I don't know if I would ever traumatize people like that, but I think that, I mean, I was over 300 pounds and I knew that was a wake-up call for me. So, yeah, especially in the job I do in law enforcement, you have to be fit. You have to be ready at any time. So I did it and I'm proud. I'm proud that I did it. So.
Yeah. She looks remarkable. I mean, if you see the before picture and then you see the after picture and you do a side by side, it's no
remarkable, isn't it?
I do have to say this, Evan, you've not aged a bit. So, and you were looking very snazzy in your outfit last night, in your coat. And I was like, I told Haley, I'm like, your dad never gets old.
No, well, I mean, 60 is I'm there. I feel it a little bit, but I still try to dress as the cool dad, so to speak, because I don't want my kids saying to me, God, Dad, get rid of the Velcro sneakers, please. I just can't. I can never fathom wearing Velcro tennis shoes. No way.
Yeah. One time my stepkids told me like New Balance weren't in style, that New Balance.
Oh, they're cool. New Balance are cool.
But they told me one time they were for like old people.
No.
So I wouldn't pick up any New Balance shoes whenever I went out after that.
Joanne would rock New Balance shoes.
Oh, I will love it. And no matter what I wear now, especially losing the weight, my boys, I have twin boys, they're 13. Sorry about that. I guess the fire rescue's pulling out. But they told me anything I wear. Come on, Mom, you shouldn't be wearing that now. Now they're more cautious of what I'm wearing because I'm losing the weight.
Yeah.
Oh, you put more clothes on, Mom. What are you wearing, Mom? Oh, that I'm like, oh, here we go.
I got that. You know, it's funny because I got that from my kids when even till this day, if the kids happen to be around at the house, and even Gavin, I'll get dressed to go somewhere, and Gavin will be like, no, Dad, change. He'll straight up throw me under the bus. No, Dad, change.
Oh,
so like if I'm going out somewhere
kids
nice,
will too. You know that.
Yeah,
they're all stylish.
It's crazy.
So.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like my stepdaughter, she's like really stylish, but I can't really recall a time when she told me or Gary to, come on, change now before we go out. She just got like, we were speaking of shoes. She just got like the latest, I think they were Nike Air Jordans for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And when she opened up that package, I said, wow, Topanga, I want those shoes. Give me the shoes.
Yep.
I mean,
Bonnie's got style.
She does. She does.
I try.
So last night I gave Joanne an open invitation to come and co-host with us one morning for old time's sake. So any morning that Joanne wants to come in and just take over the radio station, that's perfectly fine.
We're going to make a TikTok.
Yes. The queen of TikTok. We're going to do a TikTok video right here in the radio studio.
Yes, we are.
And if you've ever seen, what is your handle on TikTok, by the way, for people that want to go check you out?
Joe50, JOFIVEO.
Okay, so if you ever want to go see her TikTok videos, you have to go check her out. She does some of the most incredible TikTok videos. I'm surprised I didn't see her TikToking on one of the tables last night at the event.
TikToking or TikTwerking. You got
that's right.
I had to keep it PG.
Yes, TikTok or TikTwerking. There we go.
Whenever I've seen Joanne in videos, she's been like out dancing and dancing
Always.
in the police uniform and like helping people out.
She is very well known in the district that she works in. She works out in the Glades. With Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office as a sergeant. I can't say deputy no more because she has earned the rank of sergeant. She got promoted.
Congratulations.
Thank
you
so much.
She is she is very well known in the community and very well loved in the community. She has a great rapport, especially with the kids out there. When they see Joanne coming down the road, they'll flag her down just to get her out of the car so they can watch her dance and twerk and all that stuff.
You have to be connected to the community. That's what it is about. I get the gift of going out and helping people every day and connecting with the community. And, it's just not, get up, write tickets, go to jail. It's not that. And it's the whole other all day long of talking to the community, letting people know we're there. So I just went in now to a store this morning.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, the ladies haven't seen me in forever. And one of them started crying. I was starting to cry because I haven't seen her. I've been on night shifts, so now I'm on days, and she was so happy to see me. And those are connections you make through time, so I'm very happy and proud to be out here and working. So,
and even when you were at the Eagle Academy as a drill instructor, even though you still had to have this persona of a Army drill instructor to, break these kids and break them down and build them back up, you still had that other side of you there that when a kid was down sitting at the foot of their bunk on their foot locker with their head down, then the mom side of you came out.
Absolutely.
And you consoled them and you figured out exactly what was wrong.
Well, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. That's part of it. I made a connection even with your daughter and I'm so proud of her. I mean, she's just incredible, human being, and your son too. And that's what it's about. So that's one of the best parts of my career. So.
Definitely so, without a doubt.
We're going to call the daughter later.
Yeah, we're going to call Haley and Dylan live on the radio a little later on. Haley said to me last night, she goes, just don't call me at 7. You can call me around 8:45.
She did say that.
Yes.
She does not want to wake up.
No, she does not want to. She goes, you don't want to see this face this early in the morning. I'm like, okay, fine. We'll call you like around 8:45.
Joanne, what time do you wake up now that you're on days?
3:45 in the morning.
Oh, that's so early.
Yes, I have to work. I work 12-hour shifts.
By the way, did you happen to see the Instagram story that I think Haley posted of somewhere they went last night after Guanabanas.
Oh no, but I'm gonna go check it out now.
Yeah, let's just say they wound up in one of those adult establishments, I do believe.
Maybe,
oh
Joanne.
My goodness.
Maybe you're lucky you do wake up early, Joanne.
I was very lucky that I went home.
Missed all that.
Yeah, definitely so.
Well, I am so glad I called in, and I will be seeing you guys soon. We'll get together, and I look forward to coming in.
Doors open anytime. It was so good to see you after God knows how long last night.
I know.
It was really good.
I'll see you again soon, and I hope you guys have a great day.
I know, and give my love to Dominguez as well.
I sure will.
She was looking pretty fly last night, I must say.
Looking awesome.
She
as
was
always.
looking good. That's right. She brought it to the party last night.
Be safe out there.
Be safe out there, Joe.
Joanne.
Catch the bad guys.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. She's going to be on the beat pretty
That's
soon.
Our good friend, Sergeant Joanne Reed from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. She's working out in the Glades this morning.
And I have seen her on the Facebook pages. She is looking rather amazing.
Yeah.
Down 80 pounds.
80 pounds. You believe that?
Yeah. And she's just and glowing. And you said, too, that she had looked so well last night.
Yep.
But like I said, it's been
there
years
you go.
and years
There's
since
the
I've seen her in
video.
person.
That's the post-party. There you go. Enough said. Did you see what was swinging around there?
It looked like a disco ball from the 1980s.
Look.
Oh, yeah, I see.
There you go.
Now I see.
Yeah, that was a little after-party action.
There's a little swinging and winging around that pole going on.
I'm going to have a conversation with Haley about that when we call her.
It looks like somebody is getting dizzy right there.
Yeah, and then some, without a doubt. 6:42 on the Get Up and Go show. We're a blended show this morning, also on WPSL, the Talk of the Treasure Coast. Thank you so much for inviting us into your homes. G and Ray are on vacation all week, this week and next week. They'll be back. They did not go anywhere, I assure you. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thanks, Evan. The new year is now just a couple of days away, and while many of us can't wait to see 2020 in our rearview mirrors, there are a host of new laws set to take effect on Friday. For one thing, Florida's minimum wage will go up to 9 cents an hour. Employers will have to will go up 9 cents an hour, rather. Evan, I saw you
I shook my head there. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. We're working at 12 cents an hour. You are working at 9 cents an hour. Now, it will go up.
It's just going up. There we go.
Up. For one thing, Florida's minimum wage will go up 9 cents an hour. Employers will have to check the immigration status of their new employees through the federal E-Verify system. However, some, like the ACLU's Kara Gross, tells News Channel 8 this will make the hiring process tougher.
Businesses don't need more obstacles right now for hiring their workforce. And that's exactly what E-Verify does. Businesses need flexibility, and E-Verify ties their hands.
New Year's Day will also see penalties increased for those caught illegally passing a school bus, as well as the end of Greyhound racing in the state. While the coronavirus pandemic continued to surge throughout the summer and fall, federal government officials repeatedly offered a ray of hope: enough vaccine doses to vaccinate 20 million Americans by the end of December. But after the first week of vaccine distribution, and with only days left to meet their self-imposed deadline, Operation Warp Speed is on track to fall well short of 20 million shots in arms. One count from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows about 9.5 million doses have been distributed as of Saturday morning, and about 1.9 million have been vaccinated, not even close to the 20 million goal Warp Speed originally set. One early hurdle, a 2-day U.S. Food and Drug Administration requirement to assess each shipment of vaccine for quality control, slowed down distribution. States were told by the OWS to expect fewer doses for week 2 than originally planned. With the 20 million number seeming further from reach, OWS officials acknowledged last Monday they may not get there until January. A boil water advisory has been issued for approximately 90 residential St. Lucie County utility customers in the Sampson subdivision of Lakewood Park. The precautionary advisory got into effect Monday due to low chlorine residuals, according to a news release. The St. Lucie County Utilities advises that any water used for drinking or cooking be boiled for 1 minute, and bottled water may be used as an alternative. The boil water notice will be in effect until further notice. To find out more, contact St. Lucie County Utilities at 772-462-1150. A longtime generous supporter of Graceway Village has been honored as the Outstanding Individual Philanthropist of the Association of Fundraising Professionals Treasure Coast Chapter. William Turney was recognized at the group's National Philanthropy Day celebration, November 20th. He had been nominated by Kathy Mooring, Graceway Village's executive director, in appreciation of his philanthropic spirit through the decades of generosity to a variety of organizations that have impacted individuals, families, cities, states, and our country. After relocating from Pennsylvania to Port St. Lucie 6 years ago, William and his wife Estelle became involved with Graceway Village's ongoing efforts to feed the hungry and clothe children of low-income families. Lastly, more than 190,000 ceiling fans have been recalled because the fans' blades can detach while in use. King of Fans, a Fort Lauderdale, Florida-based company that makes the 54-inch Mara ceiling fans, announced the recall on Wednesday after receiving 47 reports of blades detaching. According to a statement from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the fans had been sold at Home Depot stores nationwide. 2 of those reports indicated a detached fan blade hit someone. The commission said 4 reports said a blade caused property damage. King of Fans noted that not all of its Mara ceiling fans are being recalled. The CPSC said the recall applies to the company's Mara ceiling fans with matte white, matte black, and polished nickel finishes. The commission instructed consumers who have purchased these items to immediately stop using them. Bowl game season is heating up.
It's not a New Year's Six bowl they eyed, but the 18th ranked Miami Hurricanes are in Orlando to take on the 21st ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys in the Cheez-It Bowl. After being embarrassed 62-26 in their regular season finale against the North Carolina Tar Heels, UM quarterback D'Eriq King is looking for revenge.
I hate losing more than anything, and the last game wasn't good. It wasn't us, so we're trying to go out there and prove a point.
While Miami has struggled in bowl games of late, only winning 1 in 10 tries over the last 15 years, that victory did come in Orlando at the Russell Athletic Bowl in 2016. Erica Rodriguez, Miami.
Did I hear it right? The Cheez-It Bowl? The Cheez-It Bowl? Did I hear it right? I love it. By the way, kickoff from Camping World Stadium is at 5:30 p.m. Our news time is 6:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:50 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation. They'll be back in a couple of weeks. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Yes, and way up in the Fort Pierce area, we're not finding any traffic accidents. And Palm City right here, Martin County, looking so far so good on a Tuesday morning. Got to get to work by 7:30. You should arrive on time, no tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 65 in Stewart. It's only 11 above zero in a cold Big Sky, Montana this morning. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds, and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy. Afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night, temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
You know, Bonnie, earlier this morning, we were having a conversation about different types of beer and things like that. And I found an article I wanted to talk to you about, how to stop a drunk friend from driving on New Year's Eve. This article is written by Lisa Nahavi. She's a PhD associate professor in psychiatry at Harvard Medical School and author of a woman's addiction workbook, offers these tips to stop a friend from driving drunk. Tip number one, Bonnie, is to be cool and calm. When people are under the influence, their emotional response is heightened, so they're far more likely to overreact and get defensive if you take an accusatory tone on them.
Yeah, you might want to watch your approach toward them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
When talking to them, it's critical to stay steady, not raise your voice, and most importantly, she says, to maintain eye contact.
And tell them that you care.
Exactly. Number two is come up with a plan B. Make it easy for your drunken friend not to drive. Suggest an alternative rather than just telling them no. Okay, offer them a ride and a promise to drive them back to pick up their vehicle the next day, or even call a cab for them.
Call a cab. And here's another thing you could do, Evan. Maybe if you know that friend is gonna, or maybe tempted to drink and drive, call that friend, visit that friend beforehand, and draw up a plan with them that you will come and pick them up at the end of the night.
Exactly. Another great way is to use what's called delay tactics. If your friend insists he or she is not drunk and is absolutely fine to drive, then ask them to sit with you, no drink in hand, while you have a cup of coffee. The effect of alcohol diminishes with time, so the longer he or she can be prevented from getting behind the wheel, it will be better off. And you can use this window to talk with that person and kind of talk to them out of driving, so to speak.
And you're right. And I do believe that it is only time that can sober you up. I don't think like 3 cups of coffee is going to do it.
No, not at all.
In a 5-minute, 30-minute window, it is that length of time.
No, not at all.
Just going without the liquor or alcohol.
Not in the least bit. And lastly, she says, next time, pretty much just plan ahead. One of the smartest ways to avoid this dilemma is to name a designated driver before you head out. Alternatively, eliminate all temptations to drive drunk by leaving the car at home. Instead, catch a cab, take Uber, Lyft, public transportation, or even organize a pickup of some sort.
I'm sure the Uber drivers and our local Lyft drivers will be so busy on New Year's Eve. And you know what? I'm hoping they're busy because I'm hoping that people, if they go out and, party it up throughout the evening into the morning hours, hoping they make that plan to call an Uber.
I honestly don't think, Bonnie, that a lot of people are going to be going out this year. I think a lot of people are going to stay in. It's going to be more of a relaxed New Year's Eve, so to speak.
Maybe it might depend how old you are, though. I mean, I remember being 19. I remember 25. Heck, I remember age 29.
Yeah.
And, in my youth, nothing was going to make me stop to go out and party.
Nope. Time to fire the band up. Fredo and the Shy Guys band is in our other room, our green room, and they're going to play us into the top of the hour news. I want to let you know that we're WSTU Stuart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast. G and Ray are on vacation this week and next week, and they'll be back, so you'll have to put up with our shenanigans for a couple of weeks, but that's okay. We'll tread lightly for you.
Shenanigans.
That's right. We'll tread lightly.
Easy for you to say. That's a big word.
We welcome your call here to our palatial studios down in Stuart, Florida. We're at the base of the Roosevelt Bridge.
Palatial. That's right. Another big word for a big place.
That's right. 220-9788, 220-9780. Don't you dare go anywhere. Here comes the news.
Coming to you live from Stewart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7:07 on the Get Up and Go Show. We're a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation.
Push the button! Push the button!
Okay, I pushed the button. Are you happy? I pushed the button for you.
I know that's right.
That's right. You always know that it's right.
I love a man who's got good taste in chocolate.
Well, I always have a good taste in chocolate. That's for darn sure. Without a doubt. I see you dancing over there, Bonnie. I saw you kind of like playing the air saxophone over there.
Yep, like the air horn or maybe a Kalamazoo.
Yeah, without a doubt. We have a phone call this morning. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, it's the wife.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rach, what's up?
Hi. Not much.
How you doing this morning, honey?
Tired.
Yeah, a little. We had a little bit of a late night last night, right?
Yeah.
Guess who called in this morning?
One of the kids.
No, that's too early for them.
It was Evan's long lost kid.
No, it was Joanne Reed. She called into the program this morning. Yeah.
I'm not your baby's daddy.
That's right. Oh, that's for sure. So anyway, yeah, she called in. We reminisced a little bit, had a great conversation, talked about last night. And did you happen to see, did you go on Instagram this morning and look at
Haley's Insta story at where they were like 5 hours ago?
Yeah, where they were 5 hours ago?
I did.
Watching people swing from poles.
Rachel, was that you?
No, that wasn't Rachel.
No, 5 hours ago, I was definitely sleeping.
Yeah, we were out like a light, but they apparently indulged in some adult entertainment and were watching people swinging from poles last night.
Oh, man. Did they serve chocolates while they were out watching the pole swinging?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what the heck was going on there.
Man, I don't know. But I'm surprised you guys missed all that hoopla. And you went home and
some of us do have to go to work early in the morning.
You missed that good action.
Unlike Haley, where she gets to sleep in, but that's all right. I promised her I wouldn't call her till around 8:45 this morning.
She's sleeping in till around 7:30.
No, she's gonna get her happy behind up when I make her phone ring.
Oh boy!
I've already forewarned her that
what
I
if
will
she
be
doesn't
calling
answer?
Her.
What if
she's going to answer? Trust me. They have this wonderful little button here called redial and redial and redial.
Yeah.
You do realize she could kill you.
Well, that's okay.
Because you figure 2 a.m. they were still out.
And she does have the strength.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. She does have the strength. She could put the silver bracelets on me too. So, I have to be very careful. But she knows I am going to call her. So I will be calling her this morning.
I bet she's the kind of girl, we were just talking earlier how you find a ride home for New Year's Eve. If you've been drinking, you don't want to drink and drive. She seems like the kind of girl who's going to be out on the beach a little bit, helping out her friends.
She will be. She'll probably be working New Year's Eve with her canine, I'm sure, on Clematis Street.
And I'm sure Joanne will, too. Of course, we learned that she's now working day shift, but I'm sure Joanne, too, will help out anybody.
Well, New Year's Eve, it's all hands on deck. So pretty much everybody and anybody's going to be working.
Wow.
So anyway,
they need full force.
Yeah, we had a good time last night. It was a good little party, good little get together down at Guanabanas down in Jupiter, Florida.
Guanabanas.
Yeah, really kind of a very cool place.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, really, really cool place.
On the water.
You had a good time, right, Rach?
Yeah.
That's all I get. Yeah.
She sounds a little, maybe she's just a little bit sleepy-eyed.
No,
from last night.
she's what's called a little verklempt this morning.
Do you go and teach today?
Yes.
Well, I'm not teaching, but we have camp going on, so.
Yeah, the kids are out of school on Christmas break.
Oh.
So
yeah, they're
she's
on winter
with
break.
camp.
We have still kids that come for camp. We've only got like 11 or 12 of them, and there's several of us working, but it's like I'm trying to get my stuff ready for when the kids come back.
Only 11 or 12. The way she says that,
Yeah, only.
That would still be tough for one like me to handle.
Only 11 or 12.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Anyway, all right, I'm going to let you run because we got to get to birthdays and anniversaries and back in the day. So have a great day. I love you. And,
don't forget to wish the twins happy birthday.
I know. Trust me, I didn't. I don't forget. I never forget December 29th, December 20th. July 23rd.
And they turn 29.
April
so is that
20th
kind of considered
and March
a
17th.
golden birthday or something?
No, they turn 29.
Yeah, they turn 29, and today is the 29th.
Yep,
Yeah.
29 on their 29th birthday.
That's pretty excellent.
I have all the birthdays down patted in my family.
You better, you better make arrangements so they don't go anywhere and party it up and drink and drive.
Well, you never know. I might just show up at my daughter's front door when I get out of here today with a birthday cake.
Nice.
Anything is possible. Hey, have a great day, and I'll see you later, honey.
Love you.
All right, love you too. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. And if you have somebody celebrating a birthday, you're welcome to call the award-winning morning show at 220-9788. If you're listening to us on WPSL, our number here in the studio is 220-9788. Please give us a call if you want to wish anybody a happy birthday. Bonnie, what do you have for me this morning?
Well, if we are award-winning, like we say we are, they should
right.
bring us cake.
Oh, that's true.
I want cake.
You want cake? Well, I can't eat the cake. I cheated on my diet yesterday. Dr. Tread is not going to be happy about that, but I'll be talking about my experience at Slim Body Laser later on with him this morning.
Does your diet with Nutrisystem include any cake?
Yes, it does. I actually, in that lunchbox over there under my jacket is my snack, and it is a chocolate cream-filled cupcake.
How do you get away with that? Chocolate?
Because
and
it's made
cream-filled?
in a certain way where it's only so many calories.
Oh.
I only intake about 1,000 calories a day now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to wish my twins a happy birthday, Haley and Dylan. They're 29 years old today. What it's like having twins? Come live in my house for a day and you'll find out. In 1951, singer Yvonne Elliman, I Can't Have You. She's 69 years old today.
That was a big hit from I think 1978 or 79 from Yvonne. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby.
Yep. Astronaut Nancy Jane Sherlock, 62 years old today. 62. She was on STS 57, 70, 88, and 109.
Was she now?
Yes.
I'm sure Randy will have that coming up for us in his part of his space report history.
That definitely. Comedian actress Paula Poundstone is 61 years old today, Bonnie.
She's a trip, isn't she?
She is a hoot, let me tell you. She will definitely make you belly laugh left and right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Actress Kimberly Russell, Sarah, head of the class, is 56 years old today. Actor John Hames Newton from Melrose Place, Superboy, 55 years old today. Actor Jason Gould, Bernard, the Prince of Tides, is 54 years old today. Actor David Fumero is 48 years old today.
That's a name I do not know, but that's okay.
Neither do I. Some of these people I don't know, but that's all right. They're considered famous people. Country singer Jessica Andrews, 37 years old today.
37?
37
now,
years
her
old
I have
today.
heard of, but I don't know if I've heard any of her music. I mean, which I probably have if she's in that 37 age range. I know traveling with my stepdaughter to Panga, she turned me on to some of the newer country music.
Yeah.
Which is really up hip right now with the tweens, it seems.
Definitely so. Back in the day in history, in 1170, can you imagine what it was like living in the year 1170? That's a long time ago.
You know, I would like to be able to time travel and go back in time on occasion, Evan, just to see what
it was like.
What it was like, and
to see what people had back in the day, and then to see what we have now.
Like if you could pick anywhere to go back in time and just kind of watch, which time would that be, or where would
I
it
would
be?
probably want to go back to 1969. Is the year I would want to go back to.
And
I want to go back just for like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
To 1969.
Yeah.
When the Mets won the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at the stadium. I would love to go back to that again.
I think I would like to even go back before I was born. And like if I could go back to the roaring 20s, I would like to be in maybe one of those speakeasies where, the girls with the 20s wear and the hairstyles that they wear. And one golden moment would be with Thomas Edison when they turned on
the light bulb
lights for electricity for the very first time. I think they had been like in a huge mansion, perhaps like in New York, maybe upstate New York, and they were inside this mansion and in the living room area, and then all of a sudden, boom, the lights went on, and they saw that for the very first time.
Flip a switch.
Yeah.
In 1170, Archbishop Thomas Becket was murdered in Canterbury Cathedral in England.
Who was he?
That's Archbishop Thomas Becket. He was murdered in the Canterbury Cathedral in England.
And what year was that?
And that was 1170.
1170.
Now, in 1845, Texas became the 28th United State. Texas became the 28th U.S. state.
Don't mess with Texas.
That's right.
I've never been there.
I've been there before. I've been to Houston. I've been to Dallas.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Houston is much bigger than Dallas.
Yes.
For sure.
Now, in Dallas, I went to where Kennedy was murdered, and they have a big X in the road where he was killed. And I actually stood in that place. And it's very eerie because they also have the Texas School Book Depository where the shot was supposedly fired from.
Supposedly came from.
Because there's the conspiracy theory that it was also fired from the grassy knoll as well.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Jesse Ventura, former governor of Minnesota.
He is the conspiracy theorist.
And let me tell you, I interviewed him for an entire hour, and boy, was that a great interview.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, in truth, there are so many mysteries, and, it's just like, don't you ever wonder, like, when we're ever going to find out the mystery, and that, like, I'm talking about time travel, and I kind of wish, like, I could, just even if when I die, I wish I could find out the mystery of all these things. Or do we find out when we die?
Yeah.
It's such a mystery.
In 1848, Bonnie, the White House installed gas lighting for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Gas lighting in gaslights, not electric, but gas lights.
Yeah, I remember my parents had a hunting camp out in the middle of the woods.
Right. And
we would go there in ice cold winter, and we'd be in this woods in the shack, and they would light up the lanterns that were gas lit.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still remember the smell of it, and it takes me back.
Yep. In 1940, during World War II, Germany begins dropping incendiary bombs on London, England.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened in 1940. In 1949, the first UHF TV station begins regular operations in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Happened in Connecticut.
In Connecticut.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it might happen in. I would first think Philadelphia. I guess for the reason of kind of like that's etched in my memory, seeing Dick Clark in American Bandstand back when I was a kid, and that was broadcast from Philly.
In 1975, Bonnie, 11 people were killed and 75 people were hurt when a terrorist bomb exploded at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. Boy, I remember that. I was 15 years old back then.
Gee.
That was terrible.
What year?
That was in 1975.
Wow.
1975.
I was just a little kid.
Yeah, you were just a wee little bit.
Yes.
1987, NASA delays the planned June launch of the space shuttle, the first since the Challenger disaster, because a motor component failed during a test firing of the redesigned booster rocket. And it's a good thing they did that. Without a doubt. In 1992, New York Governor Mario Cuomo commutes the sentence of Gene Harris, the convicted killer of Scarsdale Diet author Herman Terroir, without a doubt. 1992, the United States and Russia announce an agreement on a nuclear arms reduction treaty. 1997, Hong Kong begins killing 1.4 million chickens to stem the spread of a mysterious bird flu that had already killed 4 people. And lastly, in 2003, actor Earl Hindman, who'd played the mostly unseen neighbor Wilson on Home Improvement. Yes, he passed away at the age of 61 years old.
I finally saw him, Evan, when I watched True Hollywood Story of Home Improvement. And I finally, on that True Hollywood Story, the actors all came out on stage and did a bow, including Earl Hindman, who played that mysterious next door neighbor. And I finally saw his face for the first time. Throughout all that series, like nobody could see his face. You just saw like half of his head, or if he would be at Tim's house, he would be looking up behind a book. They always had like some sort of prop covering his face.
Wow,
that's half of it.
That's amazing. 7:22 on the Get Up and Go show. We're a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation, so you're kind of stuck with us this week and next week. Let's go to the news desk, and here is Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is returning to the skies filled with passengers. The American Airlines flight leaves Miami International for New York's LaGuardia Airport this morning.
We have reinstilled, reinvigorated, use any word you like, everything that has anything to do with safety.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun says they will never forget the deadly accidents that grounded the MAX fleet. In Central Florida, Orange County begins vaccinating residents 65 and older against the coronavirus. Shots are being given by appointment only. Senior citizens in neighboring Seminole County began getting their vaccinations yesterday. Florida's unemployed are looking for answers as their benefits lapse. President Trump's signing of a budget bill came after a December 26th deadline that would have kept benefits flowing uninterrupted. Those who logged into the state's Department of Economic Opportunity website yesterday were told their claims had expired. The DEO says it's waiting for the Federal Labor Department to issue guidance. Legal cannabis continues to change the modern medicine landscape. The U.S. Department of Labor estimates the number of legal cannabis workers to grow by 250% by 2028. And currently, Florida ranks 5th in the nation. One company is experiencing double-digit growth and has immediate openings. Licensed in 2017, AltMed Florida now has 29 MUV medical cannabis dispensary locations across Florida, and the company plans to have 40 stores by the end of 2021. We're up to 700 employees in this company now, and I think by the end of 2021, we'll be at 1,000 to 1,200, said John Tipton, AltMed Florida and MUV CEO. It's truly patients coming in for ailments like epilepsy, Parkinson's, PTSD, Crohn's disease, really serious ailments, Tipton said. We've seen it help people improve the quality of their own life, added Jennifer Boos, MUV Retail Training and Safety Manager. Now, the location in Port St. Lucie needs a manager, an assistant manager, a med tender, and a delivery driver. Well, in true pop-up art fashion, a nearly 7-foot-tall monolith made of gingerbread mysteriously appeared on a San Francisco hilltop on Christmas Day and collapsed the next. The 3-sided tower, held together by icing and decorated with a few gumdrops, delighted the city on Friday when word spread about its existence. During his morning run, Ananda Sharma told KQED-FM he climbed to Corona Heights Park to see the sunrise when he spotted what he thought was a big post. He said he smelled the scent of gingerbread before realizing what it was. And people trekked to the park throughout the day. In one video posted online, someone took a bite of the gingerbread. Phil Ginsburg, head of the city's department, told KQED the site looks like a great spot to get baked and confirmed his staff will not remove the monument until the cookie crumbles. Well, it did by Saturday morning, a fitting end to what was surely an homage to the discovery and swift disappearance of a shining metal monolith in Utah's Red Rock Desert last month. It became a subject of fascination around the world as it evoked the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey and drew speculation about its otherworldly origins. The still anonymous creator of the Utah monument did not secure permission to plant the hollow stainless steel object on public land. A similar metal structure was found and quickly disappeared on a hill in northern Romania. Days later, another monolith was discovered at the pinnacle of a trail in Atascadero, California, but it was later dismantled by a group of young men, according to city officials. Well, lastly, a boil water advisory has been issued for approximately 90 residential St. Lucie utility customers in the Sampson subdivision of Lakewood Park. The precautionary advisory got into effect Monday due to low chlorine residuals. The St. Lucie County Utilities advises that any water used for drinking or cooking be boiled for 1 minute, and bottled water may be used as an alternative. The boil water notice will be in effect until further notice. Find out more. Contact St. Lucie County Utilities at 772-462-1150. Now, when Brian Flores decided not to start Josh Rawson at the end of last season and stick with Ryan Fitzpatrick, it paid dividends. When Flores decided to start Fitzpatrick in the opener this year and then shift to rookie Tua at a time when many cried it was unnecessary, it paid dividends. After Fitzpatrick came off the bench to lead Miami to a thrilling come-from-behind 3 scores in the fourth quarter victory at Las Vegas on Saturday night, Flores did not hesitate to say who will start the season finale at Buffalo. Tua is the starter, Flores said. Now, Miami beat the Raiders 26-25, and with one more win, the franchise will advance to only its second playoff appearance in the last 12 years. Well, let's hope they do. Let's hope they make it and beat the Bills on Sunday. Our news time is 7:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:29 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're a blended show this morning. G and Ray on vacation. They'll be back in a couple of weeks. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Not finding any accidents this morning. All looking well on the roads in St. Lucie County. And right here where we are broadcasting in Martin County, no accidents, no tie-ups. It's a nice ride. That's your latest look at traffic. It's 59 in Port St. Lucie and in Randers, Denmark. Rain showers and 37. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds, and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy. Afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night, temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
We can fly where you want to. We can leave your house behind. But if your friends don't mask, and why don't they mask? Well, they won't fly this airline.
You can fly if you want to, because we do safety right. We have air that's clean and disinfectant machines zapping germs like an arcade space bike. And we dance to the dance, do the dance. Everybody wash some hands.
Do the dance, do the dance. We're always wearing a mask. Do the dance, do the dance.
No, seriously, please wash your hands.
Do the dance, do the dance.
HEPA cleaning commence.
Alaska Safety Dance. Alaska Safety Dance.
Yeah, that's the safety dance from Alaska Airlines.
That one should be put into like a cartoon.
Right?
When you were playing that, Evan, I just thought
like
of
that?
Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid.
I thought you'd like that one, Bonnie.
Yeah.
I played that one just for you
They
with
do a
love
very-
and tenderness. I will say that.
Love and tenderness.
Love and tenderness. Let's do some stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions. Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
Now, this is kind of sounds like a scene out of Forrest Gump in Como, Italy. A 48-year-old man had an argument with his wife and then went for a walk to cool off, Bonnie, okay? He just kept walking and walking and walking, and he was found about a week later 290 miles away from his home.
You just
Did
wanted
an
to
awful lot of walking.
walk and walk and walk.
Yeah,
like
police were
Forrest.
patrolling the streets to ensure that people were complying with the nationwide curfew when they noticed a lone man walking at about 2 o'clock in the morning. They ended up taking him to the police station where they identified him and discovered he had been reported missing by his wife. Now, it was at this point that the man told them the story of his epic walk. He said, quote, "I walked all the way. I didn't use any means of transportation. All these days I survived on food and drink offered to me by kind people along the way. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just a little tired." And after hearing his unusual explanation, the police decided to let him go, but not before notifying his wife and giving him a ticket for $490.
Wow. Wouldn't it be incredible if he was like walking in his sleep the entire way, Evan?
Crazy.
It is. And I hope, you said Como, Italy.
Como, Italy.
I
wonder if that's anywhere near where my friend Suzanne Mulvihill lives.
I'm wondering.
In Italy. Como, Italy.
And I wonder if like he was walking through some safe streets, I hope.
I
during
hope so.
This very long 290 mile
I really
walk.
hope so. I don't know if I'd walk that far if I got into an argument with Rachel. That's an awful long walk. That's like walking from here to Jacksonville.
Yeah, you would have to be like really mad. And if you were even madder, you would walk all the way up to see George in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a long way. I'd have to go up 75 for that one.
You could visit my friends and relatives way up in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll
and
go to Wisconsin. If I'm going to Kentucky, I'm just going to Wisconsin.
make it all the way to the big lake. What the heck?
Exactly. A 41-year-old guy named Raymond Stavig and a 27-year-old guy named Derek Schertz ran out of a Kohl's store last week.
Derek Schertz?
Yes, Derek Schertz. Ran out of a Kohl's last week with their arms full of stolen stuff.
Stolen shirts?
Stolen stuff.
Just some stuff.
Yes. Then they hopped into their getaway car to speed off, but only one slight problem. The battery was dead. They left the headlights on.
Oh, goodness.
So they started asking people in the parking lot to give them a jump. And unfortunately for them, they couldn't get their battery going again before the police arrived. As the cops were pulling up, Raymond offered Derek $1,000 to take the fall for everything. And when Derek turned him down, Raymond tried to sell the cops all the shirts.
Hey, Evan, I did see a news article yesterday where we had some girls coming up here from West Palm Beach, and they were thieving at places like Walgreens.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like Walgreens throughout our area.
Right.
And they had been wearing shower caps, all of them.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah. And then they were putting little items and trinkets in
their shower caps.
caps.
Yeah, and walking out.
Walking out with like makeup products and little gadgets and things.
Oh, yes.
Yep. They were caught.
Good. I'm glad.
There were like 5 of
So
them.
be it. I wonder if my daughter caught them.
I wonder.
Right, or her canine.
We could ask her
Unum.
later.
Yeah, I'll talk to her in a little bit. There's a 51-year-old guy named Michael Filipkowski from Clearwater, Florida, and he's got a nickname. They call him Bud Light Mike. Bud Light Mike.
Okay.
Okay, and how he got the nickname? Well, he just loves Bud Light.
Bring
And
him a case.
That's right. He loves Bud Light, and even if he doesn't always love it legally, he's been arrested twice for carrying open containers of Bud Light. He's also been arrested twice for stealing cases of Bud Light from stores, and he was once arrested for skipping out on a bar tab where he drank Bud Light. And he was true to form this past Saturday when he was caught stealing a 24-pack of Bud Light from a grocery store.
At least he's keeping it light.
Yeah, that's right. Light on the heavy side.
Yeah.
The cops found him nearby along with 21 of the 24 cans, and they arrested him.
Oh, wow. They arrested him. And,
Yes.
well, hopefully they didn't take the cans. I mean, he could put them on his Christmas tree next Christmas.
Well, I'm sure they gave him a very light prison cell to sit in also for a while.
With no Bud Light.
That's right.
None whatsoever.
A woman was left shocked when she received a very unexpected message from her grandmother recently. Marquita Green opened her phone to discover her grandmother had accidentally sent her a rather X-rated image of herself. Okay.
Her grandmother?
Her grandmother sent her an image, an X-rated image of herself.
Oh, that's morbid.
She
That's
filmed
hard.
she filmed her reaction after seeing the nude photo with her eyes closed, shaking her head and holding her hand over her mouth. The hilarious clip was later uploaded to TikTok, where she added a piece of audio created by another user named Yort, which is meant to sound like a voicemail from a grandmother attempting to explain their mistake and claiming the photo was intended for a man named Brian. Her video went viral and the caption read, "Grandma tripping, I can't even function at work."
Did her granddaughter really need to receive that? Was that the
Wow.
granddaughter or
Yes,
the grandson?
the granddaughter.
Oh, that's just not right.
Wow. That's amazing.
But it would be something to tell your kids of,
Yeah.
or with generations to come to,
Yes.
sit around the dinner table
Well,
and
do
say,
you know what Grandma did? She done sent me a naked picture of herself
Yeah.
through TikTok.
remember when she got that text?
Jeez. Let's go to Mississippi, where police are searching for a bank robbery suspect who apparently pulled down his mask during the act of the bank robbery. Jackson police tweeted out surveillance images showing a man who they said robbed a bank this past Thursday morning. The images showed a man who appeared to be wearing a face mask that he pulled down, exposing his face because the teller could not clearly hear him. Police said the man got away with an undetermined amount of money. That right there takes the cake.
Yeah, that
The
sure
teller
does.
could not hear him, so he pulls down his mask to expose his full face. And they got the video of him, and they put the video out there, and they're still looking for the guy.
Couldn't he just have spoken a little louder?
Stupidity at its best.
I mean, she should have a manly voice, right?
Wow.
I mean, he could
Okay.
pump up the energy a little bit. No,
All
he
right.
lowers the face mask.
Let's go to Tulsa, where a guy named Tyler Smithy was driving this past Saturday when he saw police in his rearview mirror turning their lights on. And instead of pulling over, he floored it. He tried to outrun the police, ended up driving through a field, and crashed into a tree.
Oh, wow.
Then he tried to flee on foot. Police eventually tracked him down, and they arrested the guy. It turned out there was a warrant for his arrest connected to a shooting, so that's why he was running. And a woman who was with him also got arrested after she lied about his name to protect him. But here's the dumb part, Bonnie. It turned out the cop wasn't actually trying to pull them over in the first place. He turned his lights and siren on because he was heading to a separate incident nearby. So he only started following Tyler when he tried to run in the vehicle. And he and the woman are now facing multiple charges.
Wow.
So the police weren't even going to pull them over. He was going to another call.
Wasn't even intended for
Right?
Tyler.
No intention at all whatsoever
It's
on
a
that
good
one.
thing that Tyler ended up in a, like you said, a cornfield or something.
Yeah.
And he didn't ram into anybody
Yeah.
else.
Lastly, after being denied Geek Squad service at a Best Buy store due to his refusal to wear a mask, a Florida man allegedly coughed and spit all over a store counter before spraying a beverage from his mouth as he departed Best Buy. Guy's name is Alton Ashby. He's 51 years old. He was arrested for disorderly conduct following his outburst this past Saturday at Best Buy in Vero Beach. Now, Ashby, who lives in Palm Bay, was freed from the Indian River County Jail after posting a $500 bond. According to the arrest affidavit, the maskless Ashby walked up to the Geek Squad counter where a worker asked him to please put your mask on. When Ashby refused, the worker summoned his manager, who provided Ashby with a mask. After putting the mask on, Ashby removed the mask and started sneezing. Upon being told that he would not be provided service, Ashby started to cough and spit all over the Geek Squad counter.
Oh, wow.
Then continued to walk around the connected department and do the same thing. When Ashby would not leave Best Buy, a coworker called 911. As Ashby walked to the front door, he was drinking a Coca-Cola, which he sprayed from his mouth everywhere as he was walking out of Best Buy. The Best Buy employee told police that customers left due to the incident and that workers had to sanitize multiple areas of the store. When questioned by police, Ashby reportedly said that he was upset and is going through a lot this year and got carried away at the store, and he is scheduled to be arraigned on January the 5th on misdemeanor charges.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, people just starting to lose it a little bit.
Man.
And that was definitely some misbehaving going on.
Going to Best Buy, and because, it's really simple, folks. All you have to do is just comply with the rules, put the mask on, and you won't go to jail.
Yeah, he was having a very bad day, probably a very bad year. No excuse, but he should have just put the mask on when they gave it.
It's not that hard to do. It's really not, Bonnie.
Yeah.
I mean, I do understand there are anti-maskers out there or anti-maskers out there. They are out there a dime a dozen. But
I still hate it when I forget mine, though. If I'm going somewhere, once in a while I'll do it. I'll just step out of my vehicle and start walking into the Walgreens. Oh, and I'm like, oh yeah,
you got to go back out. It's kind of like it's part of our everyday life now. It's part of our clothing. It's part of our attire. I keep one in my center console, and I keep another one on my in my center console glove box, and then I keep another one right underneath my radio in my center console in that little cubby area. So I always have two with me at all times.
Yeah.
Just in case if, I'm going to go somewhere, and it's become force of habit. And I think what's going to happen now is as we go forward in life, because we're so used to wearing them, when all the COVID dies down, and sometime in the near future, when we don't have to wear a mask, you're still going to wear it because you're so used to that daily ritual of putting it on, going where you go with it.
Yeah, some might tend to do that, but as soon as we're rid of all this, Evan, I'm excited to take off the mask.
Well,
I would rather not wear it, and I can't wait till there's a day where I can see people's faces, recognize their faces maybe when I'm walking through a store.
I have to say a very special good morning to Deacon Chuck Reed. He is on our Facebook page, and Chuck Reed used to work with Mr. G and I back at WPOM.
Oh, way back in the day,
Yes,
huh?
way back in the day. He was a very, very well-known morning radio show host on WPOM and WRBD. And he's a great guy. He's a super guy, and he's watching us on our Facebook page. So I want to say good morning to Deacon Chuck Reed.
Is he the one that put a love to us, like he's loving our show? I see a couple of loves.
Yeah,
love.
They're doing hearts for us
Hi,
definitely
Chuck.
this morning. It is 7:48. It's news time. We're a blended show this morning on both radio stations. G and Ray are on vacation, and they'll be back in another week and a half. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. The new year is now just a couple of days away, and while many of us can't wait to see 2020 in our rearview mirrors, there are a host of new laws set to take effect on Friday. For one thing, Florida's minimum wage will go up 9 cents an hour. Employers will have to check the immigration status of their new employees through the federal E-Verify system. However, some, like the ACLU's Kara Gross, tells News Channel 8 this will make the hiring process tougher.
Businesses don't need more obstacles right now for hiring their workforce. And that's exactly what E-Verify does. Businesses need flexibility, and E-Verify ties their hands.
New Year's Day will also see penalties increased for those caught illegally passing a school bus, as well as the end of Greyhound racing in the state. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is returning to the skies filled with passengers. The American Airlines flight leaves Miami International for New York's LaGuardia Airport this morning.
We have reinstilled, reinvigorated, use any word you like, everything that has anything to do with safety.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun says they will never forget the deadly accidents that grounded the MAX fleet. More than 190,000 ceiling fans have been recalled because the fans' blades can detach while in use. King of Fans, a Fort Lauderdale, Florida-based company that makes the 54-inch Mara ceiling fans, announced the recall on Wednesday after receiving 47 reports of blades detaching. According to a statement from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the fans had been sold at Home Depot stores nationwide. 2 of those reports indicated a detached fan blade hit someone, the commission said. 4 reports said a blade caused property damage. King of Fans noted that not all of its Mara ceiling fans are being recalled. The CPSC said the recall applies to the company's Mara ceiling fans with matte white, matte black, and polished nickel finishes. The commission instructed consumers who have purchased these items to immediately stop using them. Actress Lori Loughlin has been released from federal prison after serving a 2-month sentence for her role in the college admissions scam. Prison spokeswoman Sally Swartz said this on Monday. Best known for her role as Aunt Becky in Full House, Loughlin pleaded guilty to a conspiracy charge in May and admitted to paying the scheme's mastermind $500,000 to get her 2 daughters into the University of Southern California under false pretenses. She began serving her sentence on October 30th at the Federal Correctional Institution in Dublin, California. Her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannoli, also pleaded guilty to a conspiracy charge as part of a plea deal. He reported to the Federal Correctional Complex in Lompoc, California on November 19 to serve a 5-month sentence. And lastly, a longtime generous supporter of Graceway Village has been honored as the Outstanding Individual Philanthropist by the Association of Fundraising Professionals Treasure Coast chapter. William Turney was recognized as the group's National Philanthropy Day celebration, November 20. He had been nominated by Kathy Mooring, Graceway Village's executive director, in appreciation of his philanthropic spirit through the decades of generosity to a variety of organizations that had impacted individuals, families, cities, states, and our country. After relocating from Pennsylvania to Port St. Lucie 6 years ago, William and his wife Estelle became involved with Graceway Village's ongoing efforts to feed the hungry and clothe children of low-income families. Well, the Washington football team parted ways with second-year quarterback Dwayne Haskins on Monday. This afternoon, I met with Dwayne and informed him that we would be releasing him. Washington's head coach Ron Rivera said in a statement, "I told him that I believe it benefits both parties that we go our separate ways. We want to thank Dwayne for his contributions these last 2 seasons and wish him well moving forward." Haskins was benched during Washington's loss to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. His demotion followed a tumultuous week, which saw Haskins lose his role as one of Washington's captains and was fined an undisclosed amount for violating team COVID-19 protocols. News time is 7:53. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:54, the Get Up and Go Show. We're a blended show this morning. It's time for traffic and weather together. Of course, it's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, on our roadways right now, we're not seeing any accidents. In fact, the ride has been smooth right here all morning. Major highways included, US 1 and our side streets looking good right now. There's your latest look at traffic. And partly cloudy at 65 in Stuart, 39 and cloudy in Como, Italy. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy, afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night, temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Greatly appreciated. It's the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. We are a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation, so we're on our brother station on WPSL in the beautiful city of Port St. Lucie, Florida. We're down here in our palatial studios in Stuart, Florida, and we're being joined now by a gentleman that's been AWOL for a while, but that's okay.
Yeah, we haven't seen or heard of him in a while.
He's a busy guy. And John Budensink has been sitting in for him, but now he's back. We want to welcome back in the one and only Sheriff.
Hi, Sheriff Snyder.
That's right, Sheriff William Snyder. How are you? How you doing, buddy? We missed you.
Good, man. Yeah, I missed you guys. I've been out of town. A little Christmas here, a little Christmas there.
Yeah.
So,
how's those grandbabies doing?
the best ever.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It must be a special time of year to spend with them.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, terrific. Yeah, they're all old enough. Well, I have 6, so some are still too young to understand Christmas, but the most of them are old enough now. They get it.
I'm sure that Santa Sheriff took very good care of his grandbabies this year.
That's what they have parents for. I chip in.
Do the toys stay at your house, or do you send the toys home with the kids?
No, we send them all home.
House is clean when everybody leaves.
There we go. Well, we hope that you and your family had a very, very nice Christmas this year. It's good to have you back here. I want to talk a little bit about the high number of car thefts and the auto burglaries that the department has had for the year, if you would.
Well, it feels like a lot to me because one is too many.
Yeah.
But I think we sent you the statistics. We have over 300 auto burglaries this year. It's one of those phenomena, though, that's a pattern crime. We'll go nights with nothing, and then somebody will drive into the county from outside the county and hit 15, 20 cars. So it doesn't take much to drive those numbers up.
And a lot of these burglars that are coming in are, of course, from the down south area. They come up here. Yeah. They do a hit and a run, basically, is what they do, right?
Yeah, the MOs, what we've talked about before, these young people, a lot. I mean, we had one the other day, 14. They come up in stolen vehicles, and they get off at Caner Highway. They get off at Martin Downs Boulevard or Hope Sound, and they come into the county. They'll find a soft neighborhood, one they think is soft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not gated, in other words. And they go in and they just start trying doors, and they go from door to door to door. One night, just before I left town for vacation, we had 4 guns stolen in a rash of burglaries. 4 different cars had guns and unlocked vehicles.
Now, did I hear you just say 14 years old stole a vehicle?
Well, he was in the vehicle.
Okay.
It's not unusual for us to pick up a 15 or a 16-year-old driving.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular case, the 14-year-old was a passenger. Generally, there's 3, probably 4. The driver will stay in the car. And we know this because we've made arrest after arrest, and they're from out of county.
Mm-hmm.
So to that point, what we're trying to do is we have a legislator who's friendly to law enforcement in Tallahassee, and he's filed a bill to add car burglaries to the traveling criminal statute that's already on the books.
Mm-hmm. That's state representative, and it happens to be your son, John Snyder, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it is actually. John, who really does, he's grown up in a law enforcement family. I've been, all his growing up, I was in law enforcement. So he gets it. He's heard the talk at the table, and now he's in a position to make a difference. He's introduced the bill, and we're going to add to the current bill, which includes residential burglaries only. If you travel from one county to another to commit a crime and frustrate law enforcement's efforts to identify you, then you have an additional charge. But he's going to add, he has language that's going to add grand theft and car burglary.
Now, you designed this bill as well, the home burglary bill, correct?
Well, I helped with the drafting. I was already the sheriff. I'd left the house, the Florida house, and so. But the chairman who replaced me was a friend, and he put we put the bill together and designed it so that it would be another arrow in our quiver as we continue trying to stop out of county thieves from coming in here.
State Representative John Snyder, of course, is going to be joining us in studio on January the 7th. So we'll be speaking with him next week, Bonnie, as well.
I'd be happy to meet him knowing that he's the sheriff's son.
Yeah, state representative.
I want to see if there's going to be like a big resemblance.
I'm sure there is.
No, you'll see, he's very good looking and cuts quite the swath, but you'll enjoy having him.
How was the holidays in Martin County as far as I know that you had a lot of extra patrol out at the mall areas, different locations, a lot of unmarked vehicles. Can you give us a report on how that has gone this year?
Yeah, the big picture is we had no significant crimes. We had no significant crime patterns. We did have an unusually high number of family crisis problems, domestic violence, children, being disobedient, leaving home and bringing us in to look for a lost child. Our suicides were up. Things you kind of almost expect that the holidays make worse. And my feel was just looking through the incident reports that's exactly what happened.
Do you think those kind of reports, Sheriff, are up from last year, or did you see like any kind of difference from last year?
I haven't sat down and compared the stats in the Christmas season from last year, but just anecdotally, just listening to the reviews every morning of what's going on, it does feel to me like it's up. I think our calls for service are up, but the calls for service, particularly in those difficult areas where you have people that are on the edge and committing suicide, or overdoses are through the roof, things like that are really what's become not just Martin County, but throughout the United States. We hear it. That's what the industry's dealing with.
Yeah, that's exactly what we had conversations about with John Budenseek sitting in for you, was about suicides and how they've been dealing with that. It's an alarming rate, especially during the holiday season. He was explaining the whole procedure, what they have to do with the Narcan and other things just to save somebody's life.
And the calls seem to me to be more complicated today. People they'll tell a loved one, I'm going to harm myself, and then they lock themselves in the bedroom. They haven't committed a crime, but they're in there with a knife or a gun. It puts us in an extremely tenuous situation because our goal is to preserve life, and if you push those situations, you can trigger it. So the whole thing has just become more and more complex for law enforcement.
Man, and that takes some truly experienced individuals in law enforcement to go out and handle those type situations. I don't want to get like all political on you, Sheriff and Evan, either, but it's like on the way home yesterday, I was listening to a political radio talk show, and they were talking about like citizens to go in and be police force with some of these situations, which sounded to me like really crazy because citizens, I'm sure, are up to doing it, but I think it takes a special kind of task force and a certain kind of people to resolve these kind of situations.
And I'm sure that Sheriff Snyder has, and in fact, I know for a fact they do, they have trained professionals that are on staff, that are on call literally 24/7 when they go into a suicide type situation.
Yeah.
That's where they bring in that trained professional, right, Sheriff?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know where Bonnie was going, and it is happening all over the country. There's a trend to try to civilianize law response to mental illness calls, and there's a fine line there. We do get calls where somebody is having difficulty and may be agitated, but there's no violence, no crime. That's completely appropriate for a psychology unit, paraprofessionals. But when you have a situation where they're threatening suicide, they have a gun, they're in a back bedroom, that's when you have to have that backup of law enforcement. There's no substitute.
Yeah, they noted too, like yesterday, Sheriff, that like sometimes they kind of stated that you can go into a situation like maybe just what would seem like a simple traffic stop, but then like in a day, that simple situation could turn into the worst situation. So like they were saying, like even civilians, like with a traffic stop or some sort of thing, you just never know like what kind of fiery situation you could run into that could be an easy task, but would, just kind of turn around and become more dangerous. It's like you never know.
Well, there are certain police responses that can be civilianized, routine calls. We can write reports of civilians, traffic crashes with no DUI. We can use civilians, and we do that here in Martin County. But to try to make a traffic stop or to respond to a call with violence, with the collateral issue of mental illness, is a prescription for disaster. That's just not a workable model.
Yeah. I was telling Evan before too, like we had, it wasn't here in Martin County, but like St. Lucie County had the young girls coming up and they were going to shoplift in Walgreens stores with their shower caps on. Not to make themselves look like grannies, but they were like putting these little items like in their shower caps too.
Well, I've often said if criminals were extremely smart, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Exactly. So, we have a couple of days left. New Year's Eve is coming upon us. And of course, people are going to get a little stupid on New Year's Eve, Sheriff. So what advice do you have for those people?
Well, New Year's Eve is one of the drinking holidays.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlike Thanksgiving.
Amateur night is what we like to call it.
Yeah, it is. It's a drinking holiday. So my advice is always this: if you don't have to be on the road at later in the night, it's a good time to go home. With today's day and age, with Uber and Lyft and cell phones, the ability to call someone, there's no excuse to get in the car drunk.
Yeah, no excuse. Don't drink and drive. Bonnie and I actually touched on a story this morning in regards to how to talk to somebody that has had a little bit too much to drink. We kind of went over those steps, some great advice written by somebody online that's a doctor at a college. So we definitely did that, but definitely don't get behind the wheel. Call an Uber, as the sheriff says, call a Lyft, call a friend, take a taxi. I'm sure the taxi services will be offering free rides on New Year's Eve like they usually do, right, Sheriff?
Yeah, there'll be plenty of ways for people to get home. You have to have a plan. If you know you're going out and you're going to drink, have a plan to get home. If you go out, you realize, hey, I stopped counting. I ended up with 2 more drinks than what you know to be your legal limit. Then that's the time to do the right thing and make a phone call.
Always a pleasure to have Sheriff William Snyder on from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff, Happy New Year to you and your family, and we will talk to you in 2021.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man. God bless
All right,
you.
take care. God bless you as well. Bye-bye now. It is news time, 8:20 on a blended show this morning. It is Evan and Bonnie on the Get Up and Go show. G and Ray on vacation. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. For the first time in nearly 2 years, a Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is returning to the skies filled with passengers. The American Airlines flight leaves Miami International for New York's LaGuardia Airport this morning.
We have reinstilled, reinvigorated, use any word you like, everything that has anything to do with safety.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun says they will never forget the deadly accidents that grounded the MAX fleet. 2 people in Hobe Sound, 2 people, 2 cats, and 1 dog were displaced after a home fire on Sunday morning. Martin County Fire Rescue spokesperson Bethany Alex said the agency got a call at 9:46 a.m. Sunday about a fire in the 8000 block of Southeast Shenandoah Drive. Alex said when firefighters arrived, they saw smoke in the home. Firefighters put out the fire by 10:17 a.m. Alex said the American Red Cross representatives were called to help the two people and the animals. The cause of the fire is under investigation, Alex said. Neither the gender of the two people nor their names and ages will be released, she said. No other information was available on Monday. Legal cannabis continues to change the modern medicine landscape. The U.S. Department of Labor estimates the number of legal cannabis workers to grow by 250% by 2028. And currently, Florida ranks 5th in the nation. One company is experiencing double-digit growth and has immediate openings. Licensed in 2017, AltMed Florida now has 29 MUV medical cannabis dispensary locations across Florida, and the company plans to have 40 stores by end of 2021. We're up to 700 employees in this company now, and I think by the end of 2021, we'll be at 1,000 to 1,200, said John Tipton, AltMed Florida and MUV CEO. The Sunshine State ranks 5th in the nation, and Tipton attributes that to a client base age 50 to 70 looking for relief. It's truly patients with ailments, epilepsy, Parkinson's, PTSD, that is, Crohn's disease, really serious ailments, Tipton said. We've seen it help people improve the quality of their own life, added Jennifer Boos, MUV Retail Training and Safety Manager. The location in Port St. Lucie needs a manager, an assistant manager, a med tender, and also a delivery driver. Lastly, Olivia Newton-John, like the rest of us, is hoping 2021 will be a better year than this one. I just want to wish you all the happiest and healthiest holiday season, the singer and actress, age 72, said in a holiday video message shared Friday to Instagram. I hope that 2021 brings us new things and better news. Just keep your spirits up and think positive thoughts. We'll get through this. This too will pass. Much love to you all. Now, in 1992, Newton-John was diagnosed with breast cancer. After a car accident in 2013, doctors found cancer in her shoulder. In 2018, the physical songstress revealed her stage 4 breast cancer had spread to her back with a tumor at the base of her spine. Roger Federer has withdrawn from the 2020 Australian Open. The tournament announced on Monday. The 20-time major champion has not played in a tournament since reaching the semifinals at the 2020 Australian Open after getting arthroscopic surgery in his right knee. In the end, Roger ran out of time to get himself ready for the rigors of a Grand Slam. He's very disappointed he won't be coming to Melbourne in 2021, said Australian Open Tournament Director Craig Tilley in a statement. News time 8:25, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:26 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We're a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation this week and next week. They'll be back. They didn't go anywhere. They're just taking a little bit of time off to refuel their engines, so to speak. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Traffic-wise, looking good on a Tuesday morning. We haven't seen any accidents here all morning, and we're just hoping it's going to remain that way. Everything clear at the moment, and that's your latest look at traffic. And we dropped a couple of degrees in Port St. Lucie. We're at 56. But that's really okay because it's only 6 below zero in Rexburg, Idaho. Our news time is 8:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds, and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy. Afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night, temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 8:31 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time to get a look at what's happening in outer space right now with Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir.
I see you're having fun with your telephone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, new phone system, learning new things, and we're just getting it all together here.
It keeps you moving.
Yeah, it keeps me on guard.
Yep. Well, you're always on guard.
Always, always. So
That's
what's
right.
going on this day in history?
Well, from this day in history, in 1980, NASA rolled out the first space shuttle from the vehicle assembly building to the launch pad. Even though it didn't launch until April, they've had the first pad check of the first shuttle on the launch pad. Speaking about launch pads, get ready for a launch to take place today if weather holds up. That's when the final launch of the year should be taking place from French Guiana. Yep, Arianespace is getting ready to launch a Soyuz rocket carrying a communication satellite into orbit. And that launch is scheduled now for 11:42 this morning. It's something we won't see, but we'll let you know what happens hopefully tomorrow morning if that launch does in fact take place. The astronauts on board the International Space Station have really been doing a lot of work that may translate back here on Earth. A pair of studies that are taking place, cartilage and synovium, the connective tissue, are housed inside the artificial gravity chamber for insights into bone loss and joint damage. Research has shown that space-grown protein crystals are higher quality than those created back here on Earth. And their ability to target cancer cells is even better. There's also an eyesight study going on to understand the vascular changes created in space that could impair visual function. Nearly 40% of all astronauts who go into space have a problem when they come back with their eyes. So a lot going on with that. How about this? I think this is something you'll like, because the International Space Station crew is going to get to celebrate New Year's 16 times. Wowzer! That's because at each of the 16 orbits in the day, they cross the time zone where January 1st begins, which means they can celebrate New Year's as many as 16 times on board the station. And the Russian cosmonauts say that they're preparing gifts for the Americans on board the International Space Station. Sergei Rusikoff and Sergei Kuchevashchikov said that they have gifts that they brought on board the station in advance for the crew. And it will be interesting to see what they are, if they'll even tell us what they are. In a rather interesting story, we learn that Richard Garriott, who flew on board the International Space Station, apparently brought the remains of Scotty up to the International Space Station. That's James Duhane from Star Trek. Apparently, it was smuggled on board, embedded in the back of a picture, which he placed under a floorboard in the Columbus Laboratory module. It was not approved, but it still is up there. The Russians have said that in the first quarter of next year, a determination will be made whether they will continue with the International Space Station beyond 2024. We know the station is capable of going beyond that into at least 2028. And the Russians intend to put a whole lot of different modules up there, which would help with that happening. Deputy Prime Minister Yuri Borisov of Russia said that the Russians will make that decision early on during the year. Energia's general designer, Yevgeny Makrin, died from the coronavirus in May, and that will have an impact on what the Russians do going forward. Currently, they have 5 different modules ready to go up to the International Space Station. The question is, will it go on to the space station or to Russia's own space station in the not too distant future? Victor Glover, the African American who was on board the International Space Station, has now set all the records for an African American in space. There have been 15 African Americans who've traveled into space between August of 1983 and now. Some of them you might recall the names of. And the main one was Ron McNair. He was the astronaut who perished in the Challenger accident. Well, he was one of the first African Americans. But let's not forget Major Robert H. Lawrence, who was a member of the Manned Orbiting Laboratory research team that perished in an airplane accident before he had a chance to fly. Tomorrow we're going to tell you how close the solar orbiter is to the sun and SpaceX working without a contract. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30 right here on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, a blended show. G and Ray are on vacation. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with the latest and greatest for your appetite.
And looking like a good day to, come on out, maybe have lunch out on the patio, just enjoying the deliciousness at Ellie's Deli. Might want to try an Arby Melt. This is with a toasted onion roll. It's topped with warm roast beef, sauteed onions, Munster cheese, au jus, and horseradish sauce. Or try a buffalo chicken wrap, or a spicy chicken wrap even. A wrap of your choice is filled with blackened chicken, breakfast radish, mixed greens, cheddar cheese and pepper, and spicy ranch dressing. And for dessert, try maybe a slice of Chef Mark's key lime pie, peanut butter pie, or Andy's Candies fudge brownies. How delightful does that sound? Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart has their patio back open, and they're at 50% dining inside. They have a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has the full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605 for Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,879.20 an ounce. And silver opening up at $20.11 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by my good friend Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. News time right now. It's 8:40 on a blended show this morning. G and Ray on vacation. Here's Bonnie at the news desk.
Thanks, Evan. The new year is now just a couple of days away, and while many of us can't wait to see 2020 in our rear view mirrors, there are a host of new laws set to take effect on Friday. For one thing, Florida's minimum wage will go up 9 cents an hour. Employers will have to check the immigration status of their new employees through the federal E-Verify system. However, some, like the ACLU's Kara Gross, tells News Channel 8 this will make the hiring process tougher.
Businesses don't need more obstacles right now for hiring their workforce. And that's exactly what E-Verify does. Businesses need flexibility, and E-Verify ties their hands.
New Year's Day will also see penalties increased for those caught illegally passing a school bus, as well as the end of Greyhound racing in the state. More Florida counties are expanding vaccine programs today. Per the governor's direction, vaccines are being offered to elderly residents ahead of essential workers. Pharmacies, CVS, and Walgreens are making sure nursing home residents are getting inoculated. In Martin County in Hobe Sound, 2 people, 2 cats, and 1 dog were displaced after a home fire on Sunday morning. Martin County Fire Rescue spokesperson Bethany Alex said the agency got a call 9:46 a.m. Sunday about a fire in the 8,000 block of Southeast Shenandoah Drive. Alex said when firefighters arrived, they saw smoke in the home. Firefighters put out the fire by 10:17 a.m. Alex said American Red Cross representatives were called to help the 2 people and the animals. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Neither the gender of the 2 people nor their names and ages will be released. No other information was available on Monday. A boil water advisory has been issued for approximately 90 residential St. Lucie County utility customers in the Sampson subdivision of Lakewood Park. The precautionary advisory got into effect Monday due to low chlorine residuals. The St. Lucie County Utilities advises that any water used for drinking or cooking be boiled for 1 minute, and bottled water may be used as an alternative. The boil water notice will be in effect until further notice. Find out more, contact St. Lucie County Utilities at 772-462-1150. And lastly, was Jennifer Aniston being sarcastic or insensitive? That was the debate on social media after the star shared a picture over the weekend on her Instagram stories of a Christmas ornament which acknowledged the COVID times in which we live. The engraved ornament read, "Our first pandemic 2020. Aniston didn't include a caption or even identify if the ornament was hers, but people on social media assumed it was, and that resulted in some people accusing the actress of being morbid and offensive to the many people who have lost loved ones to COVID-19. Still others defended her and said she was merely acknowledging what was happening, while some pointed out that she's been a strong advocate of wearing a mask, as well as encouraging her millions of followers to shop at small businesses to help them stay afloat. Aniston had not responded publicly to the backlash as of Monday. Brianni Frost, she made horse racing history as she became the first woman jockey to win the prestigious King George V Chase with a dream Boxing Day success on 20-1 outsider Frodon. The 25-year-old Frost led from start to finish to give trainer Paul Nicholas his 12th success in the race at Kempton Park on the outskirts of London as more fancied contenders fell away. "I have just won the King George," said a clearly emotional Frost after crossing the finish line. News time 8:44. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:45 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Final time this morning. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And it's been a nice looking morning here. Nice time to be out on the roads. Traffic looking fine. North and southbound on the Turnpike on I-95. We have clear, and this includes Martin County and St. Lucie County. Drive safely. That's your latest look at traffic. And in Stewart, it's 68. And Big Sky, Montana has reached 13 above. Here's our weather at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 60s with a couple of showers drifting in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, a mix of sun and clouds, and some spotty showers possible with breezy east-northeast winds. Overnight lows in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, mild and breezy, highs in the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Thursday, warmer and still windy. Afternoon highs in the low 80s with some passing showers. New Year's Eve night temperatures dipping to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:47 on the Get Up and Go Show, and as everybody knows, today is my twin's birthday, so we're going to make a couple of calls this morning. If that's right with you, Bonnie.
That is fine.
I'm going to dial them up. Let me hit a dial tone here.
I was under the impression that maybe the twins would be calling us right by now to wake us up, but instead we're waking them up. What a reversal.
Yeah, we're calling them. We're calling twin number 1. This is Dylan. Yeah. Little Jazz, happy birthday there. Let's see if he answers.
Does he know you're calling?
Oh, I told him I was going to call him.
Yeah, maybe he forgot.
Yeah.
Hello?
There he is. There's the birthday boy.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Here we go. And, of course, I have my band playing for you.
Oh,
Can
man,
you hear
I get
it?
live birthday music? This is great.
Right? You like that?
That is good.
29 on the 29th. Does it get any better than that?
I mean, I think they call that your golden birthday, right?
Well, no, the golden birthday is 50.
Really? What?
Yeah.
I thought it was
No,
when
you're
you turn
silver-
the same age as the date.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know an anniversary's golden anniversary is 50. So anyway, happy birthday, son.
Thank you. I appreciate the phone call.
What are you doing for today?
I don't know. I just moved into my new place, so I'm just still kind of getting settled. I'm probably taking myself to a nice dinner tonight.
Oh, that's right. He moved into this awesome high-rise apartment down in downtown Miami.
Fancy.
And if you look out the window, he overlooks the water.
Ooh.
I am so jelly. You have no idea.
How beautiful that
Yeah.
must be.
Yeah. Telling you.
Dylan, I thought I saw you in a picture the other day. I think it was yesterday, and I thought you were Gavin. And I thought, actually, you guys look similar. And I asked your dad, did Gavin dye his hair darker?
Oh, no. You know, I saw Gavin the other day for Christmas Eve, and the kid is taller than me at 17.
Yeah, he's grown.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll show you the picture, Bonnie. Let me pull it up real quick here. Let me
They
find
do
it
look
on my phone.
very similar in the face.
Yeah.
And how far? So your spread apart is like about, I'm thinking
There
13
they are.
years, right?
There's the
13
boys.
years, I think.
Yeah.
There's the boys
Oh.
right there. Look at that.
They are handsome, outstanding.
Dylan
men.
has these eyes though, like I don't know what it is, but he has these eyes that like they hypnotize you, right?
Yeah.
I got them from you, Pops.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And he actually just had laser surgery, come to think of it too. So he's seeing things in a whole different world now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he no longer has to wear
I can actually
glasses.
see better now than when I had my glasses, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So that
it was
surgery.
it was my birthday present to myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. So it went well for you. You're good with it then.
Oh, phenomenal. It was a 7-minute procedure. I was in and out.
Yeah. All right there, kiddo. I just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday. Next up was, of course, I have to call your other twin and wish her
Well, I
a
only
happy
have one
birthday.
twin.
Well, yeah, your other twin, your other half. You know, the
So
other
there's not a
the other
triplet out
side
there?
of things. Yeah, no,
Well, I
no
appreciate
triplets.
the phone call and the birthday wishes from everybody over there.
Yeah, much love to you. And there's going to be a couple of special cards coming for you. I'm going to put them in the mail today. You should get them tomorrow or the next day.
Oh boy, awesome! I can't wait.
Yep.
Let me text me later to confirm the address because I put the wrong address on a check and I had to knock on the neighbor's door to get it this morning.
Hold on one second here while I have
Well,
you
don't say it on the
phone.
air. We're not going to say my address on the air.
Sure, why not? I mean, let everybody send you mail. You know, I mean, what do you have to lose? I'll just say the number 340. Is that right?
Well, that's the street number. Yes.
Okay, and then
That's fine.
2409.
Oh yeah, 2407 is actually the correct one.
Okay, no, so I need to change that on the envelope outside.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that because you gave me 2409.
Make that change.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I'll have to make that change. All right, very good. I'll
Alrighty.
change it on the envelope. Hey, I love you much and have a great day.
Love you too. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
All right, talk to you later.
All right,
All right,
bye.
bye-bye. All right, so now let's call the other one. Let's see here. Let's see if she's going to answer.
Mm-hmm. She might be all partied out from last night.
Yeah.
Oh no, she
Watching
skipped.
all those people on poles.
She skipped that second part though,
Yeah.
didn't she?
All right, here we go. Here's we're calling the other twin now. I'll be waking her up more than likely. There's 2 rings. If she doesn't answer, I'm going to be so upset. Oh.
Hello.
There we go.
Almost sounds
like I told you, death warmed over.
It almost sounds like Rachel sometime. We call Rachel.
Well, happy birthday, daughter.
Thank you, Dad.
Just got off the phone with your twin. We wished him a happy birthday on the radio. So
awesome.
You said to wait till the last possible few minutes to call you, and that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
So how's it feel to be 29 on the 29th?
Oh, I feel it in every inch of my body.
I'm sure you're feeling it after I saw some of the video posted on Instagram where you guys were.
Yeah, we had a good time.
I'm sure you did, more ways than one.
They were shadow dancing.
Yeah, they were doing more than shadow dancing. They were swinging from the poles last night. That's all I got to say.
Not us.
No. But that was a nice little party we had for you last night. That was a nice little get together.
It was, yeah. Lucky to have the friends and family that we have for sure.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Joanne actually called into the show this morning, and we talked about last night a little bit.
I guess you're good friends with Joanne. I've known Joanne for years. And
well, it's a small world.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's known me since I was like 14 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
Yepers.
It's a very long time.
Yepers.
How does it feel to be 29?
I'm sorry?
How does it feel to be 29?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, it's too close to 30 for comfort, but
Well, you know what they say, the dirty 30's right around the corner.
I know it is right there.
It's not as bad as people
No.
say.
Oh,
I
I
never
hear.
had a problem with 30.
No. I remember
problem.
I remember when I turned 30, but I remember also when I turned 60, but 61's right around the corner for me.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So, yeah, maybe this year we can actually go to that steakhouse on my birthday this year.
We'll try it.
I would like that. I really would.
Yeah, we'll try it.
Just remember one thing, and I'm going to say this publicly: size 13. Always remember that. Okay.
Geez.
This has been the
Okay,
ongoing
yes,
joke
sir.
with my daughter about I want a pair of size 13 Nikes, and I want her to surprise me.
Uh-huh.
So for like 10 years, I've been telling her size 13.
She'll surprise you with those $150 Nikes.
Yeah, well, I don't think
Yeah, when you least
$150.
expect it.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy birthday, sweetheart. I love you
Thank
and
you.
enjoy your
Love you too.
special day, and I'll let you go back
Thank
to
you.
bed. All right, bye-bye.
All right.
All right. There you go. So I woke one up.
Yeah.
The other one was wide awake, and there you go.
She sounded just a touch like Rachel when we first called her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
So now I've wished both my kids a happy birthday on the air, so that's taken care of. That's out of the woods. I have to remember to change the apartment number on the cards to 7, I think he said. 2407, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote it in my phone. Yes, I did. 2407. Okay, very good.
So, rocking New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know what Times Square is going to be
It's
looking
going to be
like.
like a cemetery.
I mean,
It's going to be dead.
And it looks like South Africa, too. The network news was saying, they're closing all the bars and nobody's going to be partying. But I guess one place to be partying, Evan, this year where things are going to be open is Dubai.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever been to the country of
No,
Dubai?
I hear it's gorgeous.
I've only seen pictures of it, and I have actually a couple of friends who lived there for a while, even. And it's like a very wealthy to do country.
I hear Dubai is absolutely, people have told me it's absolutely beautiful. If you ever get the chance to go to Dubai, go. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, they have the tallest building in the world, I guess, where they're going to have a huge fireworks display there, and it should be beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, and for instance, pricing, it's going to be it's really expensive to spend your time there during the New Year's Eve partying. Evan, when was the last time you've ever been to a Five Guys to purchase a burger?
I haven't been to Five Guys. We have a Five Guys up in Port St. Lucie up by us.
We do, and there's one south here in Stewart too, heading down toward Hobe Sound, US 1.
Right, exactly.
So for instance, in Dubai, if you're rocking and rolling there on New Year's Eve, the price of a Five Guys burger might cost you right around the $400 mark.
What? In American dollars?
Yeah.
Wow. That's absurd.
Yeah, which I think it is equivalent to $1,200 there. And I was reading for meals, if you're spending New Year's Eve there, you're going to spend between $1,200 and $1,500 to be partying it up in Dubai.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had a caller call in one time too that's been there, and they have like this super mall there, kind of like a Mall of America here that you would visit in Minnesota. But like in their mall, they even have it's so huge, they even have a downhill ski slope in the mall.
No way. Are you serious? I remember I went to many years ago. I went to Houston to get away for a couple of days to go visit my half brother when he was alive.
Did you for the new year or just
no? I
go?
just went. This is before I was even married to Rachel, and in the mall they had an ice skating rink. I was fascinated by that.
Yeah.
I was fascinated.
That would be so cool.
That there was an ice skating rink in this mall.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that blew me completely away.
I've heard there was like one of those super malls too that they were going to start building in Miami. I don't know whatever became of that, but I read that about a couple of years ago. They were considering getting one there.
Well, that's a wrap for us, Bonnie. We're done.
It is.
Another blended show down the tubes and back up the drain. We'll be back tomorrow. Bright and early, 6 a.m. right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and WPSL, Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast. You've been listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a blended show. G and Ray will be back week after next. And we thank you so much for listening. We have a lot of love in the room, and we ask you to please spread the love around. The world needs it.
Yeah, and if you're feeling a little depressed that Christmas is over, just think no more gifts to wrap.
That's a good one. I like that. Okay. Good analogy. Way to go, Bon. Okay. All right, the almighty goddess of radio comes up with another good one. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.